internet. Welcome to the first and maybe final Pop Bowl. It's a beautiful day here today. My name is Kip Weinstein, and I'm here with no, that was my attempt at
I was gonna see how far you were gonna go. I was impressed.
I think I could do it. But no. Hey everybody, welcome to Pop Culture Parenting, the retrospective podcast where we look back at the media we consumed as young men and see how it changed us, shaped us, and talk about if we're going to share it with our little ones that we have with us. So, there's a special episode here today. I like to introduce myself. My name is Mark F. Jones, and I am blessed to bless this stage and this beautiful day here with on my left. And on my left, I have Nails. Nails, why don't you give people a little introduction?
My name is Niels R.Y., a.k.a. I Don't Want Your Life. And Shannon.
All right, I am SHANDMAN, Shannon here. I'm T'Challa's second cousin on his mama's side, twice removed. That's me.
It's a special day here on Pop Culture Parenting because we are going to do something a little different. We're going to have a draft, and not just any type of draft. You know, the NFL season's over. We're going to have a draft of fictional fantasy characters. And Nels, why don't you give the people a little rundown of what this draft is going to consist of?
So we are going to do the first pop culture fantasy draft, football draft, or what we're calling the pop draft. Our draft is going to be 6 rounds. It's going to be a snake draft where we are going to pick football characters that come from an assortment of movies. So the rules that we had in selecting our players, so there's a pool of players that we're going to pick from. We can't just make up players in our head. There's actually like a list that we're going to pick from. And all of these players are football characters in movies. The rule that we had is that we could not pick real NFL players. They had to be players that were not real. Or if they were real, they could have only played at the highest level college. Like they couldn't be NFL players. So like we didn't pick any players from Brian's song. No, there won't be. We won't be crying listening to the story of Piccolo. We're not doing that. Or we're not going to see any other like NFL players and stuff like that. It's going to strictly be made up characters or folks at the highest level being college. Again, it's going to be a snake draft. We're going to look at it just like we would look at a fantasy football team. We're really thinking about who is going to get us the most points if they were to play on Sunday. So all the things that you think about with a fantasy team, who's going to get the most rushing yards, who's going to get the most touchdowns, passing yards, defensive players like sacks, interceptions, fumbles. And for some odd reason, Mark wanted to know if we're a PPR league. Yes, we're going to count each reception. Not sure if that matters with the selection of players that we have, but those are the rules. We're going to try to not say anything during each pick, but after each round, we will add a quick commentary about who we picked and the movies that they came from and things like that. So that is the draft. Any questions before we get started?
No, it sounds like a riveting good time. Thanks for Nails. And we go into the press box with Shannon with analysis of our players. Shannon?
That's right. All right. Starting off, we have Willie Beeman, quarterback from Any Given Sunday. What an arm he's got. All right. Secondly, we've got Forrest Gump from self-titled Forrest Gump, running back for the Alabama Crimson Tide.
That brother played more than one position.
I heard he loves his mama.
Yeah, he loves his mama. Next, we've got Ronnie Sunshine Bass from Remember the Titans, QB with a golden arm and even shinier locks. Next, we've got Bobby Boucher Jr. from the Waterboy, linebacker, all defensive All-American. Next, Ricky from Boys in the Hood at running back. Next, Cheeseburger Eddie from The Longest Yard, tight end. Next, we've got Meggett from The Longest Yard at running back. Each touch, he gets stronger. Julian J-Man Washington from Any Given Sunday at running back. Flashy, style, he's got it all.
You can't hold me. Get off me.
Get off me.
Steve Latimer from the program on defensive line. We've got Charles Jefferson from Fast Times, a monstrous defensive end. Next, we've got Boobie Miles from Friday Night Lights for the Permian Panthers at running back.
Put him in.
Want to win? Put Boobie in. Go ahead. We've got Rod Tidwell from Jerry Maguire, starting wide receiver. Spike Hammersmith from Little Giants. He's so this is interesting. He's just registered as athlete. This player does it all. Catch the ball, interception, tackle, run, all of the above. Becky.
Wow.
Icebox.
All right, well, Shannon, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I heard that he does not play with girls. Can you confirm that?
Yes. That has also been a worry. As you know, as we mentioned, we talked to a lot of players during the season and a little before the combine, and he mentioned that is one of the things he will not do. You know, sad, definitely sad. But yeah, he just left it at that. He just said, "I will not." Becky Icebox O'Shea, also from Little Giants. This is the direct foil to Spike Hammersmith. Becky, once again, does it all. Fullback, running back, catch, tackle, interception, any of the things you need, Becky's got it.
And cheerlead.
And cheerlead, yes. So also not only the physical leader of the team, but also the spirit of the team as well.
Wow.
Rudy.
Wow.
Rudy from the self-titled movie, Rudy, we'll say he plays defensive end. Rudy, you know, he does his thing. When Rudy gets in the game, let's just say when Rudy is in the game is over. We can just put it that way. All right.
Does it come with the brother at the end who just does the inspirational clap? Like, is he included in the Rudy pick?
Yes.
From the show Rock.
So glad that you asked that because yes, Hype Man is also included. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Wow, that's gonna be big for Rudy. I mean, he wasn't much of anything, but man, that clap at the end, that's gonna be a big ticket for a lot of coaches out there.
Definitely rising up the draft charts now.
Exactly. Shane Falco, the replacements at quarterback. Once again, strong arm. He's got all the tools. Hines Ward from the Gotham Rogues in The Dark Knight Rises. This player is dynamic. Wide receiver, kick returner. I mean, when he sets his goal, when he sets his mind to something, he is fully focused. I mean, during one of the last plays of the season, do we remember the kick return? The entire ground caved in behind him, and he didn't notice.
Yeah. And if I recall, Shannon, I believe everyone in that stadium died, and that was the last game ever played at Gotham City. Is that correct?
Exactly.
We got to list them as survivor as well in all positions.
Yes. Durability. I will tell you, everyone was knocked out of that game, but he was still standing tall. So his durability is not a question at all. And lastly, but not least, we have Billy Bob from Varsity Blues of the offensive line, a guard. I mean, pancakes are not a stat, but I tell you, Billy Bob racks them up. If you are not getting to the quarterback, you're getting pushed back. He creates a new offensive line. This is one dynamic offensive lineman, and it would be the cornerstone of any offense.
10.
Wow.
Give it a 10.
That's great stuff. That's great stuff.
So yes, Nels went over the rules, and now I guess because it's age before beauty at the pop cult, we will be picking in order of youngest to oldest. So that being that, Shannon, you will have the first draft, and I will have the second, and Nails will round it off with the third draft, and then we will go from there. Keep going, right? Reverse it.
Yep.
All right.
And I will never get a first round pick for some reason. But I digress.
And we won't have a timer. We're just going to start complaining if someone takes too long to pick somebody.
Yeah.
We'll start harassing them and booing them.
Great. All right.
All right, Shannon, you are on the board.
This is interesting, Nels, because I heard that Shannon has been eyeing Bobby Boucher, but it turns out he might go for Ricky. But even though Ricky is dead, let's see what he does.
With the first pick of the 2020 Pop Cult Draft, Shannon Smith selects Ricky from Boys in the Hood, running back.
Wow. Well, let me get him off the board. So I'm gonna X out Ricky, so I know. Wow, Shannon. All right, so Ricky's gone. Let's see. Okay, so my turn. I'm on the board. I'm on the clock. We got a good stock of individuals here, but you know what, man? Defense wins championships, and just like this player, I also love my mama. I'm gonna take Bobby Boucher.
That's a great pickup, Mark. Pickup.
You know.
Okay.
Hard worker.
Lucky for me, I can rebound from this. So I'm going to go with a tried and true American hero. With the third pick of the 2020 Pop Call Draft, I'm going with Forrest Gump.
Woo!
And that concludes the first round of the Pop Call Draft. So let's recap. The first overall pick was Ricky. Second, the Water Boy, Bobby Boucher. And third was Forrest Gump. Man, I gotta say, Mark, I hate your guts. I definitely thought Bobby Boucher was going to be the number one overall pick. I think this is a steal of the draft.
Yeah. I think I kind of lucked up here, but man, Shannon, can you say why you picked Ricky? Ricky shot in the back alleyway, Ricky cat.
Over two of the coldest white boys to ever play football. You picked Ricky. I gotta hear what your rationale was.
So I live in an alternate universe where Ricky never died. They actually missed. Their aim was so bad they missed. And in my world, Ricky went on to play college football. He went on to get drafted. And we found that every time Ricky touched the ball, it was feed me. He got stronger with every touch. He's got speed. He's got power. He's got finesse. Judging from his highlight reel. And in my alternate universe, Ricky did not die. Do not break my heart and tell me he did. So
I will say one thing. We did see what Ricky's life would be like if he didn't die. That was called The Best Man.
Exactly.
So we gotta see, and he was a Hall of Fame player. So we got to see it. Okay, and Mark, I don't think you need to explain, but any rationale around picking the Water Boy, Bobby Boucher?
I mean, hey, defense wins championships. You can't lose if the other team can't score. Bobby Boucher probably. Now, I'll tell you what I would have. I would have a designated team psychiatrist because Bobby has some pent up issues that he needs dealt with, and channel that anger healthy. And I don't need any any last Boy Scout moments with Bobby Boucher. So I'd have a designated team psychiatrist, but the Water Boy came back in the second half and helped the Mud Dogs win the Bourbon Bowl. So that just says it there. And I'm Shannon. I'm surprised you let him go, but I knew I was snatching him up as soon as he was on the board.
That's great. And I went with Forrest Gump because Forrest Gump is an American hero. Forrest Gump is a war veteran. Forrest Gump was probably the greatest player out of Alabama. He played at Alabama, right?
He did play at Alabama.
This man knows how to run. I have never seen Forrest Gump, 1, get tackled, and 2, get caught. The brother is just fast.
He outran the Viet Cong.
He outran an entire country and proceeded to go back and save more people. Like, he is an ultimate teammate. He is a role model. He is an amazing father, even though he ain't know he was a daddy because lady was a tramp hoe. So he doesn't have good taste in women.
Yo, will everyone leave Jenny alone, dog?
Jenny she was living her life. She was the originator of Hot Girl Summer, right? Like that was like her throughout the 60s. So
Shannon, Mark and I were like watching Forrest Gump randomly. I think we were on like vacation together. We were sitting down watching Forrest Gump. And the whole time, like, Forrest Gump ages very well. It's a good movie. What has not changed from the minute I first saw Forrest Gump to this day is that Jenny is a tramp hoe.
Oh, man. Dude, all right. You know, we're going to say that for another. I get it. Jenny did Forrest wrong, but, like, dog, she's going through her own things, but whatever. It's fine. We're not here for Jenny. We're here for football. So.
And, yeah, I'm proud to go for it. So we're going to jump into round 2.
Can I ask you something? So we only saw Forrest play kick return. Are you planning to put him at any positions to try him out? I mean, do you think you can land a lot on his load? Like he's not, as his own coach quoted, he might be the stupidest son of a bitch alive, but he sure is fast.
I have full faith. I have seen Forrest take a mediocre shrimp boat company and turn it into a multi-million-dollar business. I have full and complete faith that Forrest can pick up the complex offensive playbook. So I feel like he can play multiple positions on the team.
All right. Well, Shannon Nels has clearly gone insane. So no, I'm playing. But all right. Well, I guess Nels, you're starting off the next round.
Yes, I am. To open off the second round of the Pop Cult Draft, I am selecting Boobie Miles.
Woo!
From Friday Night Lights, running back.
All right. Dang, Boobie is off the board. You know what my biggest fear is? I'm looking at this draft already, and I'm like, man, am I going to have a team of white boys? You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and snatch up Willie Beeman.
Oh, okay.
it's all right. We can do this.
You going for Willie too? What were y'all going for Willie?
No, y'all took the next 2 people that I was thinking about in succession. So we can do this. So this is what we'll do. I'm gonna go Julian J-Man Washington, Any Given Sunday.
And that concludes round 2. Wow. So in round 2, we have a sweep of Any Given Sunday.
Wow. Says a lot about that movie and those players.
I picked Boobie Miles because, man, I kid you not, I don't think there was a player in all of these movies who was as dominant of a running back as Boobie Miles. Literally, when you gave Boobie the ball before he got hurt, you were in for a show. You put him in and you'd watch him spin with the black Nikes on. Like, the brother was amazing. Amazing. I think I started wearing black cleats because of Boobie Miles. Like, this man was amazing. I am very confident and comfortable with him being the running back of my team.
Out of all these fantasy like characters, Boobie was the one person where I was hurt when that I don't know how to do it, play football. I was like, oh God. like I probably can name how many times I've cried at a movie in Friday Night Lights. Boobie Miles learning that he'll never play football again is one of the saddest things I've ever seen in my life. Nels, you picking Boobie Miles, I was like, man, this I looked at the board and I was like, man, Nels is really turning it up. You know, Boobie Miles is going to put points on the board. I don't have any offensive players yet. And, Willie Beeman, I think, might have the most. I'm not saying he's the best, but he might have the most raw potential out of anyone on this board, remaining on this board. I think with Al Pacino's guidance, once he took them from the Sharks, the Miami Sharks, and I think they went to San Francisco at the end of Any Given Sunday. I in my imaginary world, I think Al Pacino and Willie Beeman had a Tom Brady Belichick thing going on. I think Willie Beeman never left that team. Al Pacino, whoever his name was in Any Given Sunday, never left that team, and they went and did some real damage in the league. And hey, he's Willie Beeman.
Gotta get to work. That's right. Yes. Come on. My name is Willie Beeman. I keep the ladies creaming and all my fans got screaming. You can defeat me. You're dreaming.
So what can I say?
That's a great pickup. I ain't even I wish I could say something smart, but that's a great pickup, man. I wanted Willie Beeman, man. I'm thoroughly upset about that.
Yeah, Boobie Miles, raw talent. I don't know. He told the line between dedication, so dedicated, to, I gotta say something bad because I didn't pick him. To selfishness. Maybe he was somewhat toxic to the team. He didn't believe the medical. He didn't believe the medical staff. He thought the medical staff was out to get him. You from Midland, ain't you? You from Midland. So Willie Beeman, gotta say something bad about him because I'm salty I didn't get him. Willie Beeman, we gotta wonder about his durability. He got, he took some hard hits. He shows heart, but throwing up before the huddle, it's at its simplest, it's just awkward. I don't know. And we gotta wonder about his focus. How focused was he? Because he's making music videos. Was he modeling and doing all of this? I need someone who's focused on the team, which shows me that I'm a hypocrite because I picked Julian J-Man Washington, who was more concerned about his carries and his stats than his team winning. But you know what? When he got on the field, because he cared so much about himself, he put the team on his back as a running back. Until his flashiness would sometimes hurt him, because I remember the big fumble when he was trying to be flashy and carry it with far from the body and all of that. That's my one worry about him. Maybe he's fumble prone, but outside of that, amazing running back and would be one of the cornerstones to any offense.
Brother is good, but he probably is the most Boobie Miles was pretty cocky and selfish, but of anyone who cared about his stats, he may be the one on this draft cared more about his stats than anyone else.
Oh, he did. Because he wasn't even give me the ball more so we can win. I can do it. He was no, give me the ball more, because if I get this many touches, this many yards, then I get a bonus. So yeah, he was selfish.
Yo. So to channel Stephen A. Smith right here, Shannon, I don't like the conversation we're having here. I don't. You took a man's, what I can say about Willie Beeman, he's good on the field. And that's all that matters. I don't care what he's doing. He can make 100 videos, okay? He can buy 100 cars, but the results on the field, that's all I'm worried about.
Great. That's fantastic. It's fantastic. Quality podcasting going on over here. All righty. We are now entering round 3 of the Pop Cult Draft. Shannon, you are on the board.
With the first pick of the 3rd round of the Pop Cult Draft, Shannon Smith selects Rod Tidwell from Jerry Maguire.
Woo!
That hurt.
Dang. All right, I'm gonna have to start making some big moves here. I am going to pick with my pick. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna grab just an all-around football hustler. I'm gonna grab Spike Hammersmith from the Little Giants.
Because I'm not sexist, I am going to pick Becky Icebox O'Shea to anchor my defense. I am pleased, excited, and welcome to join our team since Mark's franchise decided to choose that sexist player. And we are excited to beat them to the ground every time we play them this year. And that was a very quick round. That concludes round number 3.
So do I get a chance to defend my pick since you shitted on Spike?
You do get a chance to defend your pick. But first, since Shannon had started it off, Shannon selected Rod Tidwell, aka Show Me the Money. Shannon, any what's your takeaways from your pick?
All right. So, and this is not to be sexist when I say these words. This is a grown man's league. Y'all choosing kids out here. Rod Tidwell, grown adult person. I mean, star receiver. He's got the hands. He's got the flash. He's got the money. He saw it. He got the money. So Rod Tidwell. I mean, he's got what you need in a superstar. That's it. And he's an adult. He's over 21. That's why I chose Rod Tidwell.
Oh God.
So Shannon, that's great, and I hope Mr. Tidwell, when he's not injured and he's not holding out for a bigger contract, that Tom Cruise has to run all over the country to negotiate with you. I hope he's doing your franchise well. Let me talk to you guys about Spike Hammersmith, right? He's a child. This child was moving a refrigerator on his own, on his back.
That is true.
You know what? What did his dad say? He's like, at 6 months, he was moving the football across the floor with his head. This kid is a freak of nature, and I love it. I'm trying to make the Monstars, Shannon. I'm looking for people who are going to take it to the next level, and we're going to do things that no one ever seen before, all right? We're going to be like Madden's Raiders, all right? We're not looking for nice little cohesive guys that want to showboat. We want raw, insane talent, and that's what I'm going for. Spike has the strength of a small gorilla, and he is versatile. We'll work. All right, it's a new world, Spike. We'll work on the not playing with girls. All right, he could be taught. He's still young. There's still time. All right. I just think the potential there. It's like picking a Super Saiyan to be in your team, and that's why I picked him. All right.
I can't argue with anything he just said. He's very much a Super Saiyan. When you look at the Icebox play football, like, yes, she may be a very young child, but like, she has the eyes of Luke Kuechly. Like, her form tackle is like on the same level as Brian Urlacher. And like, when she hits her targets, all I can think of is Steve Atwater. Like, she is by far like the ultimate combination of a defensive player. And at the same time, she's a three-way player. She is only the anchor of the defense. She is the lead blocker of the offense. And if you've seen those running backs on Little Giants, they are little. Like, the only reason that they are getting through the hole, she is creating those holes, man. Like, she is a beast. She is literally probably the only beast on the team. There's actually like 2 other folks. But the one brother who could catch the ball, this man had his hands stuck on his jersey.
Hot hands.
And I said she's a three-way player because not only is she the anchor defense, not only is she the lead blocker, she's the cheerleader for the team. There is nothing that the Icebox can't do. I am proud and humbled to have her anchor our defense.
Nils, can I say, I think you got a solid pick there, and if Icebox was on the board, she was probably going to be my second pick. I'll say on this list, she might be the most fundamentally sound and polished defensive player that's on the board. She's like you said, she has a great form tackle. She has a natural know of the game, and she has no fear, and a natural born leader.
With that, we are going to start off the 4th round. We are almost there. We have just completed half of the draft. Y'all give ourselves a round of applause. Good job. Go us. So to kick off the 4th round, this is actually funny. This was somebody that was at the top of my draft the entire way, and I'm surprised he has dropped this low. But my franchise is happy to select him on the 4th round because we know he is number 1 round talent. We are proud to welcome Ronnie Sunshine Bass to be the quarterback of our team. So we are picking Sunshine to lead off the 4th round.
Nice pick. All right, what do we got here? What are we working with now? Looking at this list, when we're really going through it, I'm going to go with my man, Cheeseburger Eddie.
With my pick, no surprise here. I've got some great running backs. I've got a receiver. But what is my receiver if I have nobody to put the ball in his hands? Oh, sorry, I didn't need to explain all that. Shane Falco of the Replacements, my pick.
All right, and that completes the 4th round. I picked Sunshine because it's Sunshine. Like, this man is just a great quarterback. I don't know, what can I not say about Sunshine that hasn't been said already? Like, this man is just, he has a golden arm. Like you described him in the pre-draft. Shannon, you described him with golden arm with matching locks. Like, he is going to be on the poster of all the young ladies in whatever mythical town that my team is based out of. Like, he is going to be an awesome leader and role model for all the lives in random part of America.
Nils, I think you're only feeling that way because my boy Willie Beeman was off the board from you, and that's kind of why I took Willie so early. Nothing against these quarterbacks, but Sunshine's he's a very special talent. But let's face it, he only got his position because Rev got hurt, and that's the way. And he showed up when it was time to show up. But if it wasn't for Rev getting hurt, Sunshine probably wouldn't even start. But you know what? I'm not trying to hate on your pick. Let me talk about my pick. Cheeseburger Eddie. Like I said, this guy, he's got the shakes to make you quake. He's got the burgers. Well, he just got burgers. I forget how that line goes. I think he's like, I just got fries. But no, Cheeseburger Eddie, he had a rough pass, but man, this guy, he's built like a My Hero Academia character. He's got to be over 6 foot forever. I'm saying what Cheeseburger Eddie's at least 6'3", 6'4". He's got good height on him, good reach, solid player, tight end. I could probably get a little two-way ball with him. I really like Willie Beeman feeding him the ball across the post. I just think that's a solid combination right there. Willie the Cheeseburger Eddie, and he's bringing lunch. He's bringing lunch for practice and after games, and you can't beat that.
That can't be sanitary. I can appreciate having a teammate that cares about feeding the masses, but like having your cheeseburgers in your sweaty pads, that ain't sanitary. I don't care what anybody says.
Well, let's be real. Willie Beeman, he is not allowed to even show Willie Beeman one of his cheeseburgers because I don't need my quarterback getting food poisoning. But those cheeseburgers are going to feed Spike because the way Spike moves and eats, he's probably constantly eating food. So I think it's just a good combination to have Cheeseburger Eddie there to supply Spike nourishment and fuel.
So, with mine, like I said, it was no surprise. I needed a quarterback. I've got great running backs, got a great wide receiver, but they're nothing if I can't get the ball in their hands. And I've got one play for you, triple option pass. So can you imagine this? All right, fake up the middle. We've got Ricky. Does Ricky take it up the middle? Okay, cool. That's a touchdown. All right, fake it to Ricky, pull out. Option, I'm running. Shane Falco is not the fastest quarterback in the game, but, he'll get a couple yards. But let's say, about to get hit, pitch it to my man Julian J-Man Washington. All right, that's an automatic touchdown. But then imagine this. The snap, fakes it up the middle to Ricky, takes one step like he's running the option to J-Man, steps back, launches it to my man Rod Tidwell. I mean,
That's a great
what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? That's like 3 automatic touchdowns no matter what you do.
All right, y'all. We're going to jump into the 5th round. Shannon, you are kicking us off.
5th round. My pick is Charles Jefferson from Fast Times.
Good pick. You know what? I'm gonna really throw a wrench into the board here. I'm gonna take Rudy.
Damn it! Great pick, Mark. I'm going to take Hines Ward for the Gotham Rogues. So, Shannon, talk about probably another player that I will put on the same level as Bobby Boucher, as someone who is equal parts motivated because of his anger, but also may need some extra support because of his anger.
And part of the reason I picked him is because that same hope that I have in Ricky, that same just belief and unwavering faith, I have that in our psychological in our psych team. So obviously, Charles is going to have to go through a lot of sort of psychological tests because we are a little worried how things will go, especially when we throw some concussions in there. But you know what? I have faith in them. He will be this monster that can, he will tear apart offenses. You saw the highlights. His team beat another team 49-0 without the offense touching the ball one time. I'm pretty sure I saw him kill a man once, but we're not going to talk about that because it was on the field, so it was legal. But I actually saw this guy. He hit this guy, and the dude was like just shaking on the ground. I think he's still shaking, like till this day.
That's amazing that he dropped down to the 5th round. If we think about the ability of this man, so great steal in the draft, Shannon.
So I snatched up Rudy, because of his supporting cast. I think Nels, I see you shaking your head there, but I know when Rock gives that inspirational clap and those inspirational words. Think about this. You have Willie Beeman, this young QB, and you have Rock give him a motivational speech. That's like putting gasoline on a forest fire. He is gonna be the assistant coach. He is gonna be my GM. Rudy may not even play. I just need Rock to show up to practices and games, and hey, if we're up by 3 touchdowns and there's 5 minutes left in the game, why not? Rudy could get a couple snaps, and he may surprise me, but this was all because of Rudy's entourage, and I think I made a wise choice. I think this is an emotional choice, and it's going to be the better for my team.
I try not to be jealous of my friends. I try to see their success as my success. But not this time. F you, Mark. Charles S. Dutton is by far one of the most inspirational men out there. Or what we belovedly call him Rock because of his short-lived series on Fox. With some amazing acting for like a show that probably lasted like 16 episodes.
We gotta do a Rock. You know what? I was actually looking for Rock. I was going down the rabbit hole of the internet and I was looking up Rock and just reading about Rock. You know that it was the first show to have a same-sex marriage?
I did not know that. Rock?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Rock? I think it was like Rock's cousin or one of the cousin or something got married. They got married in Rock's house and they were a gay couple.
Yeah. Man, I miss Rock though.
Yeah, it was a good show. I picked Hines Ward because the brother is focused. He is a survivor. When in doubt, I feel like I can give him the ball, and the only thing he's going to focus on is getting to that end zone and nothing else. And he'll have no fury. Hopefully, Bane does not show up to our stadium and my entire team dies. But when in doubt, I still have my franchise player, Hines Ward.
I think that's a solid pick. Nels, that return sold the movie.
Mm-hmm.
That was the trailer that sold the movie for a lot of people. So, your boy, he beat Bane, he beat Talia. Spoilers for Dark Knight Rises. So he made it. He lived.
I wonder what his life was like after that.
It was horrible. There's no happy ending after that.
Yeah, man, that's got to be a tough way to score a touchdown.
So like my question is, so like what happens? Like, are those stats still gonna count? Because I mean, like everybody died. The game, I'm sure is what I don't know what they call it, like no contest, DQ, forfeit, or whatever. But I would be like, so do I still get those stats though? Like,
oh yeah, if you were playing Hines that week, you want all 94 of those punt return yards and that touchdown. Like, it's unfortunate what happened to that field, but like, fantasy football don't wait for nobody.
So,
I need those.
Are you telling me that if you were playing Hines that week when the Gotham stadium crumbled, that you get potential points that he could have got?
Oh, where was the flag, Mark? I didn't see a flag. Count those points. That was a touchdown. Just because the ref died, that was a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's how you know it's a guarantee there was no flag, because who was there to throw it? Like the ref had definitely fallen down a crevice by that time.
So we are towards the end. We are in the last round of the 2020 Pop Cult Draft. And with the first pick, I'm going with, and this is going to be a controversial pick, but I'm going with Steve Latimer, the Dean lineman from the program. So not a lot of folks remember the program. And if you do remember the program, this was the roided out white boy who would take steroids and take more and more steroids because he wasn't strong enough. And you may be wondering, why am I picking a known cheater to be on my team? Well, it's because he clearly loves to win. And I am all about winning. And ideally, he does not get caught taking all these steroids. So I am picking, and actually the one other reason is you always need a crazy white boy on your football team. I had Sunshine, Calm, Cool, and Collected, and I had Forrest Gump, an American hero. I just need a little crazy white boy on my team.
No, you know what, Nels, to piggyback just real quick, if history has dictated anything, all championship teams have a crazy white boy somewhere. He may not be a starter, but he's somewhere in that roster.
Yep.
So, my last pick is going to be probably a predictable one because I need someone to, run the ball and give the ball on third downs. And I'm going to pick Meggett Nelly from The Longest Yard.
With the last pick of the draft, Mr. Irrelevant, the very last pick, I'll go with Billy Bob, Varsity Blues.
So with my pick, Nels, to, piggyback off your crazy white boy commentary, I think the only other thing, and this is, Boobie Miles even fits into this category, nothing beats a country-ass brother. And a country-ass brother that can play football is going to take you places. And Meggett played with no shoes on, and they don't get much countryer than that. I think I haven't seen someone play with no shoes on since I was in elementary school, and you just don't do it when you're playing with the big boys. So the fact that he goes out there with the confidence to play with no shoes on, let's face it, if you play with no shoes on, you're not going to get touched. You're not going to get tackled. So to have that confidence, to have that skill, I think he's just going to round out my team really well.
I mean, I went with Billy Bob. One, Meggett, no shoes on. He's just asking for turf toe. Like it don't even matter if he's playing on a natural surface. That's turf toe waiting to happen. Yep. And then Steve Latimer, good pick, but I mean, good luck getting through half the season. Like, those quote unquote random drug tests. Let's just say I like to win, so I'd put a little bird your way. It's like, hey, I think y'all should maybe test Steve. I mean, you ain't heard from me. So, so he's definitely going to get, that call about PEDs. Billy Bob, I mean, offensive lineman, guard. I mean, he's just, pancakes, pancake blocks, pancake the food, all of that. Like, if it's a pancake, he's all about it. honestly, I haven't done a lot of scouting report on Billy Bob. I just know that hey, he's offensive lineman. He'll make a way.
Well, Shannon, let me let me step in here because I did a little scouting report on your boy Billy Bob, and he weighs 500 pounds. the boy the boy runs a 60-minute 40.
That's cool. You know what? If my defense pulls through like I'm hoping it does, I'm only gonna need him for about 3 quarters, maybe 2.5. So
To recap the draft, just to note a couple of quick things. Number one, the first overall pick was Ricky from Boys in the Hood, and Mr. Irrelevant was Billy Bob from Varsity Blues. Shannon's team consists of Ricky from Boys in the Hood, J-Man, Any Given Sunday, Rod Tidwell from Jerry Maguire, Shane Falco from The Replacements, Charles Jefferson from Ridgemont High, and Billy Bob from Varsity Blues. Mark's team consists of the Water Boy, Bobby Boucher, Willie Beeman from Any Given Sunday, Spike Hammersmith from Little Giants, Cheeseburger Eddie, Longest Yard, Rudy from Rudy, and Miget from The Longest Yard. You got 2 Longest Yard players on your team.
Yeah. I feel like they're gonna work good together.
I would hope so. One doesn't have shoes and one carries cheeseburgers with them all the time. Cool. And then my team is Forrest Gump, Booby Miles, the Icebox from Little Giant, Sunshine for the Titans, Hines Ward from The Dark Knight Rises, and Steve Latimer from The Program. So those are our teams. Brothers, any thoughts as we are wrapping up our first draft?
You know, looking at my team, Nels, now that you said that one of my players is 2 of my players are convicts and one keeps cheeseburgers in his underpants. Maybe I jumped the gun a little bit on some of these picks, but you know what? I feel like with Rock being a assistant coach and general manager, let's be real. I'm going to make him my defensive coach and probably offensive coordinator. But I think I got a solid team here. I think Bobby Boucher is really going to handle things on defense, and Willie Beeman is going to shine with Meggett and Cheeseburger Eddie, and I'm just going to unleash Spike like a pit bull.
With mine, okay, on the negative, if I do step into reality, I mean, I have a running back that's dead. I have another running back that is fumble prone and only cares about himself. I have a wide receiver who I saw that scene in Jerry Maguire, and I'm still unsure if he ever got up. Like, I think he's still down, so he might. I think I have a wide receiver who's hurt, and I have a lineman who is definitely not going to get through the whole game, much less a whole season. I mean, my quarterback I think is okay, and I have a star. I have a stud on defense who, once again, I have a little humanity. Like, I saw him kill a man, and I'm still a little shaken by that. So, but no, I think I have a solid team though. Solid team.
Your most consistent player is Shane Falco.
Yeah.
Go figure. I love my team. I feel great about my team. I got Forrest Gump, y'all. I feel very good. Like, when in doubt, all these players can get hurt. We're going to be fine because Forrest Gump is on our team. Now, how long he will stay in the league, because he is a traveling man. He don't like staying one places. I don't know. And if that tramp hoe ever comes in the stadium, I may lose the man, but hopefully she is gone in California with whoever, and I can keep Forrest for as long as we can. But I'm very happy about my team. Very happy.
So, Nels, can I tell you what I think is maybe a flaw in your system you have there? Forrest Gump, he's a tried true American hero, right?
Yes.
First time Jenny shows up to that stadium, you're going to have a Yoko Ono, John Lennon situation on your hands. Jenny can make Forrest do whatever you want. It could be a minute left. You're on their 20 in the fourth quarter, and Jenny will be like, "Come home, Forrest," and Forrest Gump will drop that ball and leave that stadium. And I think that's a big problem you got.
You're not. I mean, We have visual proof that he will drop anything for Jenny. So fellas, I think unless y'all have any questions, I think the last thing I'll throw out there is, after doing this draft, talking about these characters in these movies, is there any of these characters or any of these movies in particular that you're, as we're talking, like, yeah, I think my kid need to see this?
I think everyone who loves sports or not is eventually going to see Rudy once in their life. That's a movie that I feel like you see once in your life, no matter who you are, where you're from. You end up seeing Rudy. Little Giants is near and dear to my heart. Gonna definitely, especially with Icebox playing, I'm gonna share that with my girls. Forrest Gump. There's very little football in Forrest Gump, and a lot of other like heavy stuff. That's classics, man. That's classics. The Waterboy, that's a classic in my book. I think everything else on this list, if we have, Remember the Titans. We're gonna watch that. Like I'm gonna even watch that with Kosi this weekend on Disney Plus. But everything else on this list, I think if we get to it, cool. Boys in the Hood's a classic. I mean, it's tough. It's tough. It's hard to skip anything on here. We made some great picks.
Yeah, for me, I agree. I agree. All of those being classics. I think like when he's old enough, definitely Remember the Titans. Any Given Sunday, even though like it's not some like in the end like feel good happy story, but it's just, I don't know, it's just something about it. It's showing, I guess, some of the dark side of like ownership and the the league as a business. And I think just like the football, I just remember being like, I forgot how old I was when I first saw that, but just like love the movie. But definitely biggest one to me, Boys in the Hood, like just the affinity towards Ricky. And even like that entire movie, there's a whole story about it at some point I'll tell, but it's like that movie is what caused me to go into higher ed, into the work that I do right now. And it was because of a connection at the end, really being like, wait, that's not the end of the story. What happened? You know what I mean? Really thinking about like what happened with the rest of their lives. Like the story didn't end when the credits came up, But I would say, I would say Boys in the Hood would be one I would definitely, when he's old enough and ready, be like, let's watch this.
Okay, fellas, can we really real quick? Can we talk about like some of the iconic moments in these movies? One, let's really talk about that clap. Can we like that? I hope something in my life, it like happens to me that I just have this man couldn't even finish the clap. I think he gets too good, like, and then he kind of like misses it at the end and just like I don't think I've ever seen a black man be that happy for a white man in my life.
Joe Biden got the Medal of Freedom or whatever. I think that's maybe the
At any point did y'all remember that this was a movie? Like that brother was not acting.
They Nels, you are 100% right. They must have showed his like son graduating grand cum laude or something. Like that was not acting. That was the pride. I don't know. You know how famously in the Alien movie, to get the cat to react, they did something off screen to scare it. Well, they did something off screen to my man to spark that emotion out of him. Like that's one of the greatest movie scenes of all time.
Yes. And why I'm so upset that I didn't get that. But yeah, I that clap, man, I use that as like my go-to GIF. That is like, I have used that GIF since GIF started. Like that clap is everything. And then just going back quickly to talk about movies. I mean, y'all named everything. Just to, keep it nerdy, I got to show my son The Dark Knight Rises. It's necessary. I don't know how much I'm going to like highlight the fact that like there's only one person alive now in this entire stadium. He's going to like the movie. He's going to watch the movie and appreciate Batman being Batman.
What a lovely voice.
Yeah, I got to show him Bane.
Yeah.
Bane got some of the best one-liners in villainy history.
Let me ask y'all something. Is Boys in the Hood a hard to watch movie? And what I mean by that, there's certain movies that I love, but like I can't go back to them because they just hit me in a place where I'm like, I don't want to visit those feelings right now or even ever again. And just like when Ricky got shot, and then Ricky getting shot, that was one. But when when Cuba Gooding and Ricky get pulled over, and he's like, you tough, and he walks into the what's the name's house, and he
the air boxing, yeah, that gets me weak every time.
I feel I'm not, like, luckily, knock on wood, I haven't been in a situation like that before, but I feel like everyone's been that mad where you just fight the air and you lose, but it's okay.
That is a hard scene when you first watch it, but after like the 15th time watching Boys in the Hood, you just start. It's like The Color Purple. You can just like start laughing at certain scenes. You're like, oh yeah, this is the part where Ricky gets shot. Like, there's just certain parts that are like funny, but like it takes a while because you get so embedded in the movie that you just get used to the drama.
Yeah,
I feel like there's been so many times that I've seen Boys in the Hood. Like I could probably count on one hand the number of times that I was like, oh, I sat and I watched it from beginning to end. But so many other times where like I've watched it till the end, but because I jumped randomly in the middle or some part. So I think that's why like I've been able to like quote unquote like see it so many times.
Now Boys in the Hood is a definite. It's on that list of no matter where it's at. When I see it, I'm finishing the rest of it.
Uh-huh.
Alrighty, y'all. We have wrapped up the first and potentially only Pop Cult Fantasy Football Draft. Gentlemen, any last remarks before we close the show?
My team is solid. I mean, so expect to see us somewhere probably like second round of the playoffs this year, I would think. After that second round, who knows? They might be sitting on the couch with me watching the rest of it. But hey, we making it to the second round.
I think I got a good, solid team. I think we're definitely making the playoffs our first year as a franchise. I don't know if we're going to go to the Super Bowl, but we're definitely playoff contenders our first year as a franchise. And I'm just going to gloat a little bit that my quarterback comes from a movie that might have one of the greatest sports movie speeches of all time.
I don't know what to say, really. 3 minutes till the biggest battle of our professional lives. All comes down to today. Either we heal as a team, or we're going to crumble. Inch by inch, play by play, till we're finished. We're in hell right now, gentlemen. Believe me. And we can stay here, get the shit kicked out of us, or we can fight our way back into the light. We can climb out of hell. 1 inch at a time. Now, I can't do it for you. I'm too old. I look around, I see these young faces, and I think, I made every wrong choice a middle-aged man can make. I pissed away all my money, believe it or not. I chased off anyone who's ever loved me. And lately, I can't even stand the face I see in the mirror. When you get old in life, things get taken from you. That's part of life. But you only learn that when you start losing stuff. You find out life's this game of inches. So is football. Because in either game, life or football, the margin for error is so small. 1/2 a step too late or too early, and you don't quite make it. 1/2 second too slow, too fast, you don't quite catch it. The inches we need are everywhere around us. Hell yeah. They're in every break of the game, every minute, every second. On this team,
we fight for that inch. On this team, we tear ourselves and everyone else around us to pieces for that inch. We claw with our fingernails for that inch. Because we know when we add up all those inches, that's gonna make the fucking difference between winning and losing. Between living and dying. I'll tell you this, in any fight, it's the guy who's willing to die who's gonna win that inch. And I know if I'm gonna have any life anymore, it's because I'm still willing to fight and die for that inch. Because that's what living is. The 6 inches in front of your face. Now I can't make you do it. You gotta look at the guy next to you. Look into his eyes. Now I think you're gonna see a guy who will go that inch with you. You're gonna see a guy who will sacrifice himself for this team because he knows when it comes down to it, you're gonna do the same for him. That's a team, gentlemen. And either we heal now as a team, or we will die as individuals. That's football, guys. That's all it is. Now, what are you gonna do?
Inch by inch.
We die for that inch. That's living. That's football, boys.
And yeah, the last thing for me, I feel great about my team, but our best player will live or die by the thought process of a tramp hoe. I'm nervous about that, but outside of that, I feel very good about my team. Thank you all for listening to our episode of Pop Culture Parenting. We have a new episode every month. Find us on all social media at PopCultParent. You can email us at popcultparent@gmail.com. Please don't forget to rate us, review, and subscribe. And don't forget to join the cult.
Peace.
Peace. We out.